Hello everyone! Welcome to A Garden a Day with Maidenbrock Gardens, where we explore the world one garden at a time. Today is August 17th. Native plants have been a popular topic of conversation in garden circles in recent years. It's become quite the trend. But today's garden, Bowman's Hill Wildflower Preserve in New Hope, Pennsylvania, doesn't need to follow a trend. They lead the way. Established in 1934, the Wildflower Preserve is another to add to our list of gardens developed during the Great Depression. It began as a meeting of the minds between two influential Bucks County residents, Mary Perry, chairman of the Bucks County Federation of Women's Clubs, and Wilson Heinisch, a consultant hired by the Pennsylvania Department of Forest and Waters to consult on the Washington Crossing Historic Park. They happened upon one another in the park and both realized the need to conserve the Pennsylvania native wildflowers that were growing in abundance all around them. They gained support from several local organizations, and in 1934, the Council for the Preservation of Natural Beauty in Pennsylvania gifted 100 acres of the Washington Crossing Historic Park to be designated a wildflower preserve. As a note for those of you wondering why the park is called Washington Crossing, the area of the Wildflower Preserve is the location where George Washington's troops camped in 1776 before crossing the icy Delaware, just 5 miles south of the preserve, on Christmas night before marching to Trenton, New Jersey to fight and win the Battle of Trenton. Huzzah! Once the preserve was established, workers from the Civilian Conservation Corps and the Works Progress Administration joined with the Pennsylvania Department of Forests and Waters and the Washington Crossing Park Commission to build roads and trails through the preserve, as well as build the lovely stone bridge that crosses Pidcock Creek and a log cabin built of American chestnut, a tree that is mostly gone from the wild due to a chestnut blight, although I have read there are efforts to bring it back. During the 1940s, Dr. Edgar Wary, professor of botany at the University of Pennsylvania, worked with volunteers to plant as many Pennsylvania natives as possible within the preserve. Today, the preserve spans 134 acres, and of the known 2,000 Pennsylvania native plant species, about 700 are successfully growing in the preserve. Also in the 1940s, the Captain James Moore Pavilion was built. It was named to honor the memory of the captain who died in camp with Washington's army. 23 men died in camp before the famous crossing of the Delaware. They were buried in unmarked graves, save for Captain Moore's grave, which was the only one to receive a marker. Through the years, enhancements have been made to the preserve, including dedicating trails to birding and butterflies and adding educational programs. They also began offering a lecture series and a native plant training program for volunteers. There are meadows, woods, and ponds for exploring, as well as a plant nursery for visitors to buy native plants for their own gardens. The preserve offers a full calendar of events, everything from therapy walks to yoga, to workshops on permaculture and symposiums on landscape ethics and artificial intelligence. The preserve is open Wednesday to Monday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. They are closed on Tuesdays. Well, that's about it for today's garden visit. Join me here tomorrow to find out where we're going next. As a reminder, you can subscribe, like, or follow this podcast at any of the podcast listening places. You can subscribe to our mailing list by visiting our website at gardenaday.com and clicking on the subscribe button. You can also find us on Pinterest, and you can support us by buying a book through our storefront on Bookshop. Links are provided in the show notes for this episode. Thank you for listening today and every day. If all goes well, I'll be right back here tomorrow. See you then.